Linda. Barmeni.
Hinda Barmeni, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Crypto and Chill. We're coming at you live from AM Studios. It's brought to you by Bybit. I'm not riding solo. We've got the main man, Great Jabesi, the king of crypto. Huh?
Yeah.
So Phenduka is here, and also got a special guest. Give it up. Round of applause for DJ Smooth.
Love.
Tell me, bro, what made you want to get into crypto, man? Because it's like a young man's game, you know. You wouldn't think someone your age would want to get into crypto.
1, 2, 3. Young lands at the same time on the question. It's a beautiful thing because money evolves, you know. Money evolves, and I think as we get older, we have to understand how the system works. And understanding the system works, money changing, everything going digital, the internet, I think it's highly imperative because money controls everything. For me, in my career, you also know, I spent a lot of years together at YFM and just evolving on radio, evolving with other things that I got into, writing books, getting into business. I always just want to learn new things, and I always just don't want to get left behind by the world, you know?
For a lot of us, it looks daunting, and to learn a whole new thing. How quickly did you get to feel I'm now comfortable with crypto to the point that you investing in it or buying crypto? The learning curve. How is it?
I think even now I'm still new. I'm hardly about a year now, but I'm still new because with crypto, it's you are in charge. You're in charge of your own time. You're in charge on how much time you want to invest in crypto, whether it's 30 minutes a day, whether it's 30 minutes a week, whether it's an hour a month, or whether it's even an hour a day. So, as your knowledge advances and your interest grows, the more you want to learn, the more you get to be in it. But you can never really know enough. You always want to know more because the more you get into the game, the more you understand that it's all about investing. And I think anybody that is a businessman or anybody that wants to create wealth, that's where our mindset is. Investing, starting business, investing in other businesses that are doing well, or investing in other smaller businesses that have got potential. But it's always about how can I double up my money? How can I get better return on investments on my money so that I'm able to secure a great future for my kids,
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have a lot of questions regarding crypto. We started a crypto series, Crypto and Chill, a few weeks back. And I see that a lot of people have a lot of questions. We'll be actually taking some questions from you guys later on, so Gray and Spoo can answer those questions. But the most thing that I see in the comment section, people don't want to be scammed. How do you identify scams? How does that work?
Right. So with the scams, it's almost like this. If somebody approaches you first, that's almost always wrong. Right? If somebody comes to you and say, hey, I want to help you make money, they're trying to scam you. And there's so many people like that on the internet. Another thing you can also look into is really understanding the premise of crypto. Crypto was not created in a same way that, say, banks work, where you take your money and you put it in the hands of someone else. What crypto does, it makes you your own bank. So the same decisions that the bank have to do if you deposit money into your account, they have to think about, okay, where are we going to put this money so that it can grow and then we can pay interest? When you have crypto in your own wallet, you have the same responsibility. You have to care about how can I store it in a way that it doesn't get stolen, and how can I make the most of it? But it's not about sending it out to someone else. So there are simple signals you can look at of like, someone is trying to scam you. So in the comment of this video or any other Crypto and Chill video we're going to make, there will be people with profiles that look like myself or Spoo or anyone else, and then they'll put the number on there or the email and say, hey, I'm here to help you. You see that, it's a red flag. Someone who promises passive income. Say that, hey, you send me your Bitcoin or give me your login details to your account, I'll trade for you. That's also a scam. So as long as you understand that you are the main man, you can never be scammed. That's all.
Why is there such an eagerness, for people to help others make money? Because I think a lot of people ask themselves, well, if you found a way of making money, maybe via Bitcoin or Forex, why don't you just sit in your corner and make your money, right? There's so much eagerness, and some people are legit, some are not. But why is there that eagerness? Is there also a, what is it called? Multi-level marketing or whatever, where a lot of people, they're eager to sign you up as if they are getting something in return. And it almost looks pyramid schemey, so, because that's what I get in my head when someone is eager to sign me up or to assist me or help me.
Okay, so that's a very good question. These are two different things, right? There is one where someone is trying to sign you up in some pyramid scheme where they make money when you put in your own money and then someone gets paid. That's a pyramid scheme. Yeah. Now, there is multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing now sort of developed a bad name, but it's not really a bad thing. It's just saying, I have used this product, I like it, and the product is now incentivizing me to invite someone else, which is exactly what's happening now with Bybit and the podcast, right? They're the sponsors. If people sign up with your link, you get a bonus, and then they also get something on the double end. So it's a way for businesses to encourage more people to use more product by empowering the people who use it. Otherwise, that money could go to advertising on TV, right? But it's an easy way to advertise and make other people. If I get a reference from you, so I'll trust it much more than if a stranger comes outside and say, sign up here right now,
Yeah, and Sbu, in terms of risk, how's that like for you? Because I don't know much about these things, but one day Bitcoin is here, next day it's low. How's the risk like for you?
Risk is crazy because those are some of the things that you need to learn when you're still new in this thing. For me, I always encourage education and knowledge before people start putting their money into anything, any industry. Acquire as much knowledge as possible. When you get into crypto, you'd know, they always say that if you feel now I know enough to start maybe at least putting in my first $50 or my first 100 rands, it must be money that, I don't want to say willing to lose, but it must be money that even if you lose it, pampers or my school fees, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's advice I always give to people, which wasn't the case with me. Minanje being Papa, it was during the lockdown in 2020. And it's exactly what he was saying. People who come and say all the nicest things. And when they DM you, they come up with all sorts of different things. But this guy was smooth. And this guy had been, hitting me up once in a while. And it's just there, And then I ended up thinking this guy is legit, Anyway, I ended up getting scammed of just a little over 15,000 rands, which is a lot of money. But initially, I got irritated about the entire thing. But then, because I'm the person that I am, I sort of understood that it's not all crypto is rubbish. I was scammed by a human being, and I allowed them to scam me. I gave them my money. A lot of the times when you get scammed, like I've got my Twitter handle got hacked. It's because I clicked on a link of somebody that DM'd me. Whatever they had said, but I clicked. It's the same with crypto. When they take your crypto away, you gave it away. Unwillingly, yes, but you could have done something that Shai or somebody lied to you. They told you all the nicest things, but you did something to give them that permission. That is, as far as scammers are concerned, that's what happened to me. But once I got into the marketplace, I started understanding that nobody controls it. Initially, I would listen to experts, and all these experts, they say all sorts of different things. Sometimes they end up saying things that you would like to hear and things that you would like for you to believe to be true. And then you would believe in 90 days, Bitcoin will be sitting at $100,000. Because maybe you believe in this person, you follow them, you watch their content, and then you end up believing an individual. Nobody knows what the market is going to do tomorrow. Yes, there's people like Gray who have been in it for a while, who can even trade, who studied data, and who can analyze the market and can sort of have an idea. But they're not specifically well equipped to tell you, good, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. But a lot of them who've got the right data and who understand it, they give you sort of not the right approximations, but sort of an idea as to, is the market going down? Is the market becoming bearish? Is it becoming bullish, etc.?
Can you guys explain to me, like I'm 5, right? Like what determines the value? Because like Mac said, it fluctuates, value of some coins, i.e. Bitcoin. What goes into determining whether now, because we've seen over the years Bitcoin, the value going up of, the price of one Bitcoin. What goes into that? What factors those movements, the up or down movements?
The simple answer, I'll give it to Great for the more sophisticated and intelligent answer. But a simple answer for me is there's one that we all want on campus. Or there's just this hot guy on campus that most sisters on campus like. It increases the value of that guy on campus, right? In that social environment. It's the same with anything. If I have built a podcast, like Podcast and Chill, and it's at a level where it's got a lot of people wanting it. The more people that want it, the more the value goes up. I'll answer late. Oh, okay, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, while they're giving me a better mic, I wanted to say, the more...
Smooth on the wireless.
Hola. Sure. So they say there's only going to be ever going to be only 21 billion Bitcoins that are ever going to be mined. The more people want something, the more the value appreciates. I think that's how I can put it.
All right, so my take on that, I think I would want first to understand what do you understand why the rand is 15 to the dollar?
Jeez.
Hey,
yes. Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, so the simplest answer is demand and supply. So specifically for Bitcoin, everything is like a cult, right? You need a certain amount of people to believe in something that it's valuable. And as many people, so here's what's happening right now. There are so many people here who have never invested in crypto. There is only 21 million coins to ever exist. There are about, I think, 3 million wallets in the world that actually have been active for a while. They've been circulating coins. Now, the more other people are learning about something and they're trying to buy, that creates buying pressure. And the price starts going up. And at the same time, when you saw it in May when the prices were falling, right? A lot of people started selling, and then the prices start going down as well. Just like Elon Musk recently was selling his stock from, it was Tesla stock. He was selling because he had an issue with a Twitter deal that they might force him to buy or they might give him a penalty or whatever. So he needed money at hand. So without telling anyone, he went behind the scenes and started dumping the Tesla stock. And the Tesla stock went down significantly, but then he came out afterwards and said he has been selling so that he can have money at hand. So the prices could go down significantly simply because someone has a lot of it and that person is trying to sell. Just like the rand can also be manipulated, if all the billionaires start offloading their rand for US dollars, you will see that the value of the rand would go down. However, if all of us put our money together and buy more rand, the price of the rand might not go up as much, simply because our purchasing power is very low. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
I like Smooth's
Supply and
explanation
demand.
better, yeah.
Yeah. The girl on campus.
Yeah, the one on campus, yeah.
And I got that figure wrong. I wanted to say 21 million, right?
Yeah,
I said
yeah,
billion. I made a mistake. Sorry about that.
Before we go to the question, Smooth, how important do you think it is for black people to take part in crypto?
I believe this is the biggest wealth transfer there ever will be in our lifetime. I believe if there is any other time where you're going to accumulate wealth without having to work as hard as Abobab Richard Maponya have had to, may his soul rest in peace, Abobab Patrice Motsepe and them have had to, starting mines, influencing government for policy change so it favors them, going on the ground, getting the masses support so that the masses can agree and come, and so you can open a mine, you can mine here, and all of those complicated things that take for people who have created wealth in the past. It's getting easier and easier to make money, but I will not say that it's easy. It all boils down to education. It's education. So if you're willing to educate yourself, if you're willing to make this a lifestyle, it's like gym. You don't just only go to the gym so you can look good and fit into that skirt for Sbanbani's wedding in 2 months' time. And then after that, you don't care about the gym, right? There's people like that. But then there's other people where gym just becomes a lifestyle. It's something that you even feel bad when you don't go to the gym. A person like that is most likely going to live a healthier life than somebody who doesn't make it a lifestyle. So it's the same thing with knowledge. If you start getting interested in something, you're a musician, you want to know other musicians, you want to know the different softwares of musicians, you want to know the different types of music. It's the same with crypto. A lot of us are just getting into it about imali. I say this all the time. Guys, crypto is not just all about money. Yes, money is a part of it, but there is a bigger world, which I think Ukray will explain in a moment, that has to do with the blockchain technology than just the money part of it. I know it's money. Yes, if you get into the space and make it a lifestyle over a long period of time, there is no doubt you will be very successful. You're going to be very, very successful. But in taking into consideration those things that I'm saying.
Speaking of money, Gray, when you started within a year, how much money did you make?
Or lose.
Well, look, the funny thing is I've never lost money in crypto.
Wow.
Yeah, never. So there's numbers to this. If anyone who has invested in Bitcoin and stayed in there for 5 years has never lost money, right? Because if you look at the trajectory of crypto, of Bitcoin specifically, had just been going up over time, even though you get the dips and pumps. For example, when we recorded the first Crypto and Chill episode, was over a month ago, Ethereum was roughly around $900 to $1,000.
Ethereum is a coin.
Yes,
Bitcoin.
exactly. Yeah. Today, it hit $2,000.
Wow.
Right? So on my Crypto Hustle channel, we made a pledge together. We said, let's buy Ethereum and we sell it at $2,000. And today we sold it. So it means everybody who made that play doubled their money.
Oh, wow.
However, things can go the other way around. But to answer your question, I think, you mean in the first year? Yeah. The first year I made maybe 300,000 Rand.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Because I learned, I was working online and then I was earning in Bitcoin, and then I learned P2P trading, which means I was now selling Bitcoin on other P2P websites like Local Bitcoins and Paxful. So, back then there was a spread between, the exchanges were there, but they didn't have enough Bitcoin. So there was price difference. Literally you could buy, for example, you could buy 100 Rand from FNB and go to Netbank and sell it for 110. That's what was happening. So I was just doing that over and over again, and then that's.
All right, cool. Any questions from the floor? All right, cool. Sipu, must you still use this mic? Oh, you got another one? Okay, awesome. Dope.
Hi, my guy.
Enda.
Yeah, my name is Tabo. I have a question on the APYs. I don't know if you're familiar with those. So APYs and stacking, right? There's peg coins like US Terra right now that are happening. So the thing is now that some of the some of the other exchanges, like the protocols, like there's Anchor, it's offering about like 12% daily interest, so in your APYs, right? But now, when it's time for people to come and withdraw the funds are available. There's new legislation that just came out in South Africa, so I think it's going to be promulgated in like March or something, where crypto is now going to be listed as part of the assets. So I want to know, like, for somebody that's not in like with the tax stuff like SARS and stuff, how did you go around that? Because it's now starting to be something they look into. Now it's been listed as assets, and now they're like coming for your pockets and stuff. So how do you?
All right. So to answer the first question, you talk about APYs. APY is annual percentage yield. So it's pretty much your interest, what you earn on your money. So the story is a couple of years ago, in 2020, there was this phenomenon that became so big called DeFi, or decentralized finance. Historically, in Bitcoin, we could never earn interest on our crypto. But when DeFi came, it gave you the opportunity, especially with Ethereum, you could lock it into a wallet, and then you would earn interest on top of it. So there has been competing protocols. There's a very smart guy from South Africa in crypto called Andrew Kronya. He created one of the best protocols for doing this called Wi-Fi. So he would collect money from other people's wallets and look at the best places to allocate that money, to sort of, he was finding arbitrage opportunities, and then it would generate money for the holders. I made so much money from it, like crazy. A lot of people started copying that model, and they created their own little things, but then they became companies now where they say, give us your money, we generate interest on your behalf, and we pay you the money. So the Anchor protocol that he's talking about actually collapsed about 2 months ago with Terra and Luna because the company was over-leveraged, and other people in the market found a loophole, and they attacked it, and then it completely collapsed. So people lost money. But if you look at that, like what led to so many people to lose money into Terra, it's because of greed. If someone comes to you and say, oh, the banks in SA, the interest rate is 7%, but I'll come and say, I'll make you 22%. If you don't understand where that 22% is coming from, then you are the sucker, right? So that's what happened. The moral of the story is like, expect to make money from investing in the right cryptocurrency and holding onto it over time. So people ask me, when are you going to sell your crypto? The answer is never. Why would I sell Bitcoin that goes up in value for something like the dollar or the rand that pretty much goes down in value every day? Now, to the tax thing, the way it has been, from my understanding, I'm not a tax expert, but basically you pay taxes when you sell. That's pretty much what it is. So if you buy crypto, well, there's no tax. It's not a legal tender. The moment you sell back to the rand, or you cash out, you made profit, then you're supposed to make to report taxes on those, whether it's capital gains or maybe you made a trade or whatever. But I would say if you want to look deeply into the tax thing, you have to find a tax expert.
So if I'm avoiding selling my crypto into rands, how do I then spend my crypto without converting it? Is it even possible?
Yeah, you can. I don't know what SARS would consider it. I think they'll probably consider it a tax still. So I do know a lot of people who have purchased homes or villas and stuff in South Africa with crypto. They still have to go through the same process when you're buying real estate. You pay the property tax and everything. But if you don't want to pay tax on your crypto, well, you just hold it. In which there's not enough incentive to sell it anyway. Like, why would you sell a car for a horse in today's life? Doesn't.
Yeah, but what if, I need a horse? Right? No, but seriously, people put money to, people buy crypto so that their money in crypto form now can have more value so that they can tap into that value and pay for their kid's tertiary when she turns 19. Like, oh, I've got crypto.
Oh, yeah.
Let me,
I think Sbu, on that is a question more to wealth building, where he can probably speak more on. But this is what I can say about that. The idea of, I think a lot of us, especially us people who had never had money before, our idea or definition of money is something to buy other things with. However, when it comes to wealth creation, it's actually the opposite. You want to hold assets that are valuable, and you want to hold onto them and have more of it, right? So it's not like you invest in crypto so that you can sell it and then buy something. You're trying to create wealth, right? And then within that, as much as if you can accumulate enough wealth, you'll find ways that money will be able to work for you and give you enough money to pay for the tertiary education. But the goal should not be that I'm going to put money in just so that I can get something and then I can buy this. Otherwise, you'll be thinking short term. That's why you hear people that say, a friend of mine invested in crypto, but they lost money. I'm like, how? It doesn't make sense. It's simply because they invested last year, then it went down, and they panicked, and they sold. And now they wake up in the morning, they hear that, oh, Ethereum is back to 2,000. They're like, oh my gosh, I sold at 1,000, but I bought at 2,000. You see? That's why the short-term game doesn't work. You have to think long-term consistently.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
because if you bought Bitcoin when it first started, how much would you have paid?
You would pay less than $1, like 10 cents.
And then now, how much is it?
Now one Bitcoin is now $24,000 today.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, when I was buying, it was like I could only buy shoes with one Bitcoin. Or when I was buying Ethereum, I was buying it at $3, right? Which is how much? $3, 45 Rand today. And as we speak now, one Ethereum is 2,000, which is roughly 30,000 Rand, right?
No, I wanted to add on that and say, look at it like an asset like property, real estate. The wealthiest people from back in the day, I mean, if you follow people like Robert Kiyosaki, he became wealthy because of real estate. They want to accumulate the most real estate they can. And they want to accumulate the most real estate at the most prime area or land they can, so that they know that whatever real estate they're acquiring for less, they want to get as much a return on their investment. So they want real estate that has got value that keeps on appreciating every year, right? That is your asset. If I'm owning a R1 million house in Midrand and I'm renting it out, somebody who stays there pays me 10,000 rands rental per month, and there's some fees that I'm paying. Maybe I'm paying the bond to the bank, 8,000 or whatever amount of money it is. At some point, in a few years' time, the tenant is helping me pay off my bond. In a few years' time, I'm going to be completely owning that house, not owing the bank anymore. And the amount of money they'll be paying me for rental, some of it will probably be for maintenance, depending on whatever agreements I have with them. Maybe they maintain the property. But then the rest becomes my profit, which I can then still use to accumulate more property or to purchase more property. Why will you get rid of something that's bringing you money every month while you're sitting? That is an asset. This is an asset that I'm building. These guys with this podcast, they're building an asset. Why would they sell their asset? Because it brings them money every month. Unless you really need the money, unless you are really in a crisis, you will want to sell that home. But with that being said, some of the people that know more about crypto, they'll say, instead of selling your say for instance Bitcoin, Nami, I'm like Gray. So Nami, because I'm learning with this thing, I'm still new, I don't sell it. In the beginning I used to sell it. Like a lot of people, you panic. Because in the beginning, you're always watching the market, you're always, you panic and then you sell. Excuse me, but over time, you learn, and then you're trial and land, and then you start understanding this is a long game we're playing here. This is not just a quick thing. So some experts would say there are some companies, I don't think in South Africa yet, I don't know, but apparently there are some companies that can help you borrow against your crypto. Say for instance your Bitcoin.
By the way, they're not companies, they're protocols, so anybody has access to them. Imagine a bank that doesn't look at your profile or ask you any questions or say, oh, your credit history. There's no credit history. As long as you meet a certain criteria, you go onto Uniswap or onto Compound, you deposit your crypto on there through a smart contract, then you borrow money against it. I do it all the time on my channel as well. Yeah.
So instead of selling my Bitcoin, I've borrowed against it. Instead of selling
you can buy a horse. So
Yeah, without selling my car, right? Exactly. But I let them hold my car,
Yes.
and they give me the horse.
So instead of selling my R1 million house in Midrand, I can borrow against it from the bank, and the bank can look at it and say, okay, it's now worth 1.2 million. We'll borrow you 200,000.
And then if the horse dies under my weight, they keep my car.
No, it doesn't work like that because it's fractional. So the horse is not equal to a car, right? So you're only borrowing to the value of the horse. However, if the car keeps appreciating in value, the amount you bought the horse with is insignificant. So let's say when I was buying Bitcoin a few years ago, I could buy a pair of shoes, but I took my Bitcoin, locked them up, and borrowed 300 Rand to buy a pair of shoes. Now one Bitcoin is worth what? 450,000 Rand? But I borrowed 300 to buy shoes. So it's either I just borrow more money from someone and pay for the shoes, or I can sell a small piece of it and pay back for the shoes. So it's a good analogy that he gave that,
And let me mention that I'm not a financial advisor.
Exactly.
But this is what I've done in the past. So I have sold a Bitcoin asset. This is after I made a bit of money. I got in around June last year when Bitcoin was around $30,000, $31,000. And at some point it went all the way up to almost 60. I think it was early this year. So when it was sitting on 50 something or so, I sold my Bitcoin to do what? To go buy another asset. So it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to sell an asset to go use that money onto a liability. But it's a good idea to sell an asset for another asset. But it's always the best idea to buy a better asset. But what did I do? I went to go buy land. So somebody else can say, yeah, but why are you buying land when there's virtual land? Why didn't you buy land on the metaverse? Yes, I could have done that. But I opted to go buy land physically here at an upcoming estate where I wanted to buy some stands on money that I just made on Bitcoin, because I was still new even last year. But at some point I was like, I made a bit of money. Let me take this money and buy something in Ngaibona, as much as I'm in Bitcoin, but let's at least, So that's what people who know about money would call, obviously when you go to professionals who know about money, they would call diversifying your portfolio. Yeah.
Love that, man. Next question? Yes. Barmini. Where's the mic? Man, that's crazy. So you bought land with Bitcoin money?
Yes,
that's
bro.
crazy, man.
I haven't built on it yet, but at some point I'm going to ask the bank to borrow me some money.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to build, and I will either sell or I will rent it out. But it doesn't make sense for me to sell. So
Yeah.
I would love to borrow the money from the bank and build and then rent it out. And over time, obviously, the value will appreciate, And whenever I need money again, instead of selling all those properties, I'll go to the bank and borrow against them.
Which area?
Just behind Remseg, Bears not here.
Oh, nice.
Sure.
Nice.
I bought some land last year as well.
Hey, man, we were just buying land here.
Soul is buying a horse.
I bought like 50 acres of land, and now when Bitcoin was high, now I'm going to borrow against it and buy more Bitcoin.
Gee,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Good day, my name is Apiwe. This is a very interesting conversation. I just want to ask when it comes to crypto, I hear you guys are talking about Bitcoin. There's also Ripple, like XRP, which are still very affordable because it's 0.5 something, which everybody I think can afford instead of focusing on Bitcoin, which is very expensive for a lot of people. That's the first question. Why don't we just maybe try to focus on the easy ones that we can all afford instead of the Bitcoin that is expensive? And then number two is if you buy, for example, let's say if you are a forex trader, you buy or you sell, you know that at the end of the day, if you are buying against the market, you're blowing the money. Then you have to fund again. With cryptocurrency, what are the chances of us losing that money? Because most of the new traders, they lose money there on trading forex. But on cryptocurrency, you're saying you can buy and wait until it accumulates. I just want to understand if is there a point where you can lose all that money that you have bought with. Thank you.
All right, that's a very good question. So on your first point of the other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is 450,000 rand, too expensive. And you look at Ripple on the other side, it's like, man, it's what? 12 rand? Is it? 15 rand, yeah, you see. So you're like, oh, why wouldn't I buy the cheaper one? So this is where education comes through, and at Crypto University, our students, is the thing that we teach them is this. So you have pairs of shoes that are white, and there are 1,000 of them. And then you have 5 pairs of shoes that are red, and you only have 5. Okay? So which one do you think are going to be more valuable? Are the red shoes, because you only have 5, right? If you want to have 5 of the red shoes, or 1 of the red shoes, you have to compete around everybody. So, let's say you can bid 20 rand for that one, and I want the red one, I have the white. I'm more likely to sell my white one because there's too many of them. I might sell one of my pairs and then buy another red shoe, but I will pay 25. And then you can see the pecking order going on. So the problem with all these other cryptos, like Ripple, for example, it has a total supply of 100 billion tokens, which means there will be 100 billion coins of XRP. Bitcoin, there's only 21 million coins, right? And also, Bitcoin, the way it was developed, it's a commodity. Even in the US, the SEC, it is the only asset now with Ethereum as well. It's considered a commodity, which means it's not a security. It's not a company. It has no CEO. Nobody knows who created it. It's just out in the world. Whereas XRP, the mistake that I made when I got started with crypto, I decided to sell half of my Bitcoins and buy XRP because I was like, this one is so cheap. When it goes to the same price of Bitcoin, I'm going to become so rich. Years gone by, it never gone anywhere. To this day, XRP started in 2013. To this day, it's worth less than $1, right? Whereas Bitcoin, Ethereum started in 2014, 2015, it's now worth 2,000. So just because it's cheap, do not get confused and think that the price will go higher and you have a much more potential to make more money. It's not about the price. It's about what we call tokenomics, the economy of the token. And the other question you asked was about, okay, in Forex you can lose money. In crypto, well, you can choose not to lose money. That's true. If you buy a horse, the only way to lose it, it's either it dies or it gets stolen. So you buy Bitcoin, you're buying a horse. It's alive, you keep it in your home. For as long as that horse stays alive, you have value. Or if somebody steals it from you, in Bitcoin terms, you get hacked or something happens, you lose it. Otherwise, Forex is something you need to trade to make money. In crypto, you don't have to trade. It's an asset. You buy, you hold, value appreciates, you make money. Value goes down, you could lose money. But Forex, you have to be actively trading, which is a skill that most of people don't have. Most of us don't have that skill. So they're completely two different things. So if you buy, you don't trade, there's no way to lose all your money. Unless you invest in a project that's not good enough, it looks good at the beginning, and 2 years later, it collapses. Then your coins, you still have them, but they're worth nothing because no one else wants to buy them from you. I hope I answered the question. Okay.
All right, awesome. Next question. Yes. Can we have the mic there?
Afternoon, everyone.
Eta.
First question is, what is the best coin that a young adult like me can purchase? And second question, I heard about Sweatcoin recently. Can you please clarify that is Sweatcoin going to be part of crypto or not?
Okay, that's a good question. So what he's talking about is this concept, new concept called move to earn. It means monetizing people's energy and time that they spend doing activities like exercise. So if you go for a run, if you follow me on Instagram, last year I was it's this year actually, early this year, I was using this app called Steppin. I would go for a run and I would make money for running. Yeah, I was making $300 a day for just running. But for you to play the game, you had to buy NFT shoes, NFTs, sneakers that you use for the app. And then you would run and make money. So every day I would make $300 and $200 and stuff like that. Now, it's a new concept that is being tested. It's not perfect. And there are others that try to copy that model, and they created their own called Sweatcoin. So yes, you can make money with a Sweatcoin by earning it. But the problem with those models are like, they're experimental, and you cannot guarantee them. They're not money. The difference between Bitcoin and Sweatcoin is that Sweatcoin is a utility coin that may be around next year or not. Bitcoin has a track record of 12 years. It's money. It's a store of value. So what's more important, however, is that new technologies will come. If you were in Bitcoin in 2014 and then Ethereum was created, you knew about it, then you invested early, right? There will be more of those technologies, and you want to be at the very beginning of investing in them. And the best way to do it is to be around the market. So it's good that you know about Sweatcoin. Who knows what the future might be? You could put in a small amount of your money that is insignificant, just like Shiba Inu. If it might die or it might become something huge. The good thing is that you're in the know, but it's not. You cannot compare that to say Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's the point.
And then Spoo, do you have any aspirations to start your own coin, like a MoFire coin?
Not yet. I'm still learning the space, but I'm also taking my time, and also just being around Gray and just being with the crypto university community. It's just so beautiful to see how many people are taking up to crypto, especially in this country. How many people are willing to share information in the cryptocurrency community. At Crypto University, people are always willing to share. You're not always going to find Gray. You're just going to find somebody else who's going to answer a question. You end up even becoming friends with that person. You'll probably even create some great things together. But there's just, how many thousands now?
In Crypto University, we have more than 40,000 students, and on Discord, we have like 14,000 members in Discord alone. So, yeah. And it's an African project, It's beautiful.
And for me, it's a team thing. So as I'm learning this thing, I'm learning from Gray and I'm taking his leadership. And at some point, when those opportunities do arise, I think the mindset is that for us to own our own things as Africans. I guess that's what we've all been preaching over the years. And it's a great thing. I see you're rocking the brand new drips. Those are dope, by the way. Those are really nice, I'm wearing drips as well. I'm wearing Skinny Spoo. I'm drinking more fire. It just shows you the world is changing, right? And the narrative that we've been preaching, yes, it also has to go to crypto, but we have to understand it. So I don't think I'm in a hurry to be saying, hey, we're launching our own coin. I really do think right now I can play my role to use my popularity to encourage education more than anything. I don't even encourage money. I encourage education. At some point, maybe when Gray says, hey, become Miss Buddha, there's an opportunity for us to get involved as a consortium of people, maybe us with the Podcast and Chill guys, and maybe with whoever, and just form this one big African thing. Probably, yeah.
Bro, you touched on education and you said you've got a university. If I enroll and I'm done, I don't walk out of the doors, but I leave the university knowing what? What would I be able to do with this knowledge?
Oh, that's a very good question. So you're now going to be able to navigate the next 20 years with ease because this is where the world is going. And it's the same as somebody who learning crypto right now, it's pretty much learning how to use the internet 20 years ago, basically, right? If you remember correctly, a few years ago, there used to be these computer training centers. People were literally going to learn how to use computers and stuff. But then today, if you find someone who do not know how to use computers or internet, it's a problem, right? So everything is turning into a token model. But basically, Crypto University it's a university of the now, right? It doesn't require you to get involved in debt. We don't do any of that. It's not expensive. It's a community. It's just a new way of learning where you have all the information you need and the people you can work with to achieve the things that you want to learn. And you can learn it at your own pace. So you walk away with learning how to invest in crypto. You walk away with learning how to do NFTs, to create your own NFTs or invest in NFTs if you want to. You walk away with learning how to write your own smart contracts as a blockchain developer. You walk away learning how to, I was speaking to him that why don't you accept Bitcoin for your business? In Crypto University, you can learn how to set up a webhook that can allow you to receive payments with crypto. You learn how to manage risk. If you're in Crypto University, you can never be scammed because you're in the know. So it's just one place where you can learn everything you need to know about crypto. What are the best practices? How do you evaluate coins? And how do you analyze data? Yeah.
Awesome. Next question. Well, where can people apply for the university?
Oh, yeah. So while we're still on the university, so I decided with Spoo to actually host, we're doing this project called Learn Crypto. Learn Crypto is an initiative that has been funded by a company called Yellow Card to allow South Africans to learn crypto for free at Crypto University. So currently there's a free course available for all the chillers that they can go. Wow. Exactly. You can go right now at cryptouniversity.co.za, sign up for Learn Crypto. You have a free introductory course to cryptocurrency. And every week I'm going to be hosting meetings live on Zoom where we can chill together, and then I'll be showing you step by step how to do certain things, or maybe you might have questions. Starting next week, I'll host the first class on Thursday. So make sure after this, you go to cryptouniversity.co.za, register for Learn Crypto, and I'll send you an email to follow up for your free session with me next week.
Yeah, we'll put the link also in the description.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Yeah. All right, where's the question? Oh.
My name is Zakel. I just want to find out, earlier you mentioned that there are 21 million Bitcoins available. I want to understand what's going to happen when we've reached that 21 million. And then the second question is that I heard you said you bought land with your Bitcoin. Then how then do you pay back that money or that you used to buy land? Is it coming back through your investment on Bitcoin? What happens there? Thank you.
Thank you. You want to start, Smoor?
Okay, yeah, I can start. So for me, because I've got plans with the land, sometimes you always have to have a vision with the asset that you're trying to create or build or buy, right? So because I've got plans to build on it, as I told you, and as I did say, I think we all know there's options on what you do with your land after you build on it. It's money, as I did say earlier, it's money that I don't want to say willing to lose. Nobody's willing to lose money. But it's money that I never expected, Guti, I'll make, I don't want to say quick, so that to give an idea that you make quick money on crypto. No, it just so happened that when I bought Bitcoin at the time, it was at that price. And in those few months, in less than 6 months, it was almost at $60,000. Yes, I'm a long-term holder. But at some point, I kind of felt, in the beginning, you'll see when you start buying Bitcoin. You'll buy, and if you are in the right season, with a bit of money that you can make, sometimes you can get tempted to sell and have that money alive so that the money that you continue to have on Bitcoin, I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say.
It's a mindset thing, because
Yeah,
you still want
it's
to
a
cut it
mindset
out. You want to
thing.
take it out.
Yes, you know what I mean?
Not to see it.
Yeah. So it's money. An investment is money that I'm going to get back in future. It's not that I'm willing to get back any of it now. For me, it's grand. I mean, I only live on however amount of few thousand rands a month with my family and what I can afford in a month. Anything more than that for me is money that has to be invested. I'm even teaching my little daughter. She's 8 years old. We sell bonfire almost every weekend. And my daughter can tell you the difference between saving and investing. And I'm wiring her to be an investor as opposed to what was drummed into us growing up. Save, which is nothing wrong. But my daughter believes in invest. And she can give you the differences between the two. Because yes, you're going to get the returns, but they're in future, not now.
Beautiful.
And he asked the question about the 21 million. So when the 21 million coins exist, I mean, it's just going to be no more any coins at that point. So the miners are still going to be doing things, mining Bitcoins, but their money will now going to be coming from transaction fees other than block rewards. Currently, how it works, when you mine a Bitcoin, a full block of Bitcoin, as a miner, you receive some Bitcoins. That's how more Bitcoins are added into circulation. But it will take a while to get there. It's estimated to 2140, the year of 2140. That's when we're going to see the last Bitcoin being mined. The reason is Bitcoin has a halving schedule. So when it started and you mine a complete block of Bitcoin as a miner, you could receive a high number, 50 Bitcoins. And then that number, after 4 years, it halvens, it gets to 25 Bitcoins. And then it halvens again to 12.5. And then it go down, 6.25 and on. So until infinity, where there's no more Bitcoin anymore. But after that, the network's still going to work. It's just that you're no longer going to have more Bitcoin. But at that point, Bitcoin could probably be worth billions of dollars per Bitcoin. Yeah.
So for the purpose of the recording, we're going to take one more question. But Gray's still going to be here to answer any personal questions after the recording if you have any. Yeah. So let's just take, can you take the mic there? Thank you. 2140, you say, bro?
2140, yeah.
Jeez, that's a long time from now.
Yeah.
Good day, everyone. I'm Nonyameko Chirwa. I'm new in the investment. So I just want to find out how much I can put, how much can I store in a investment as a beginner. Can I start with 500 Rand or can I start with 100 Rand? And then can I take my interest on a monthly basis or can I store on a monthly basis and take my interest at the end of the year and then it can be how much? If you can give me the picture as a new investor, because I don't know anything about the investment, but I just want to learn more. Thank you.
For me, the advice that I'm going to give you is, Siswami, just give yourself some time to get some knowledge first, you know? And that's why I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you. And I'm happy that I'm seeing a lot of young faces here. People want knowledge. People want to educate themselves. So as you put Gray, as he has already said, there is a complementary course. Cryptocurrency education can be expensive. It can be expensive such that sometimes you'll spend a lot of time to find reputable platforms to learn from or the right courses to even learn from. Because other courses you learn, but you find that it's, you know, and then other people, you find that they're not the right people to learn from. So it can get that expensive. And even course wrong or course this education can be expensive. So what has happened is the guys have gotten somebody else to pay for those expenses. In this case, we've got Bybit, which is a cryptocurrency company that has come and partnered with Podcast and Chill to pay for this education that we are all receiving mahala. With Learn Crypto program as well, we had another company called Yellow Card that has come and said, on cryptouniversity.co.za, you can study for free, mahala. So I'm not somebody to come and tell you what you must do ngemali yakho or encourage you to put your money here and there. No, mina I'm merely promoting education. So into ongaqala uyenze nasiphuma la, register with cryptouniversity.co.za, get the free courses. As he has already mentioned, there'll be emails that will be sent. You'll know when the webinars will be. As you attend the webinars, you will have that answer in your mind. But let me also just mention before I give it over to Gray that when they're saying Bitcoin is sitting at $22,000, it does not mean that you must have $22,000 to purchase Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of it. And you can buy from as little as even 100 rands. And I think even lower, even 50 rands or something. No?
You can buy for 10 rand. You know.
You can even buy for 10 rand, yes. So you can buy a fraction, yes. But only when, this is me as your brother, only when you feel the knowledge that you have now, you can start putting your 10 rand somewhere. Ne? And this goes for anything else, guys, not only crypto. Before you invest in anything, I think it's high time. Our generation, we're told there's financial advisors, there's experts that will sit within the bank back advisor. But I think right now we've got the internet. Asizenzeleni.
Yeah, straight up.
I agree. Gray, let's talk about wallets, crypto wallets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, wallets is a very important thing. Like at the beginning, I talked about how essential is, platforms like Yellow Card or Bybit, they make it easy for you to buy crypto and store it there. That's one way. However, it's important to remember the reason why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin was created by cypherpunks. These are people who believe in human freedom, who believe in independence of humanity, to give you the power in your hands to be in control of your money. It's not about taking your money and putting it in someone else's hands. So as much as the crypto wallets that we know, we download the apps, they provide a lot of convenience. They do your KYC, submit your ID and stuff. It's beautiful. That is still limited. The best form of holding crypto is to hold it under your mattress on your own. What do I mean by when I say under your mattress? You need to have control of your seed phrases, or what we call a private key. Because if you have an account with any crypto platform or crypto wallet, they can go out of business and then you lose all your money. And there's nothing you can do about it. All platforms are the same. Just last month, there's the Anchor protocol he was talking about. It was attached to so many other crypto companies like Celsius Network. Celsius Network was taking people's crypto as a wallet and giving them interest. But now it went bankrupt. Now, I do know people who had like $13 million of their own money in that. They lost it all. There's nothing they can do. So you need to be, don't feel too comfortable. Don't think in the same way as banks. So The best way to store your cryptocurrency is through this little thing here. We call it a hardware wallet. This thing, you're the only one who knows how much crypto you have once you have it in here. You have this a special password that can open this thing. No government can freeze your money, no bank, no politician, nobody. You're the boss. You can take this with billions of dollars, you walk out of every country, nobody would know. Nobody will ask you any question. Now, it's called a hardware wallet. These are the things you will learn in Crypto University, don't worry. Just make sure you go and register after this. And then, like I said, you receive a bunch of words that you have to either memorize or write them down on a piece of paper. The question is, if I write them down and my house burns, it means I lose all my money. Now, there are solutions like this thing, we call it a SafePal, right? This is a hardware key that embeds all your crypto, so you basically, it has letters, you put all the letters of your password into this, and then it keeps it into this hardware thing that you have. As you can see here, right? It's something like this. And then you can put this in a locker and put it somewhere safe in your house. So even if your house burns, you have security, right? It's things like this. So it goes beyond just buying crypto and having your wallet and trading and all that. Crypto is all about freedom, period. It's about you becoming the boss, your own bank, and being in control of your own economy. And you just have to learn how to utilize things like this to be completely free.
So, bro, I've got this is the wallet, you say. Yeah. I've got 1,000 rands. I want to buy crypto. How do I then turn this 1,000 rand into, let's say I want to buy Bitcoin, into 0.00045 Bitcoins in this thing?
Good question. So let's say you buy your hardware wallet. You're still going to go to Yellow Card to buy your cryptocurrency with Rand, right? It's how you're going to transfer your money, your Rand into your bank account. You buy crypto, and this thing has what we call a wallet address. A wallet address is like your bank account number for crypto. And you're just going to take that account number or wallet address, send your crypto from Yellow Card or any exchange you're using down to this. This is how you save. And the reason I love these ones is because they put your money so far away that it's so hard for you to put it out for yourself. But you're still in control. Because sometimes when the money is there's a difference between having the cash in your pocket and in the bank. If it's in the pocket, you just go for a walk, you're going to think of 20 things to buy, right? Where when you have it here, the process of pulling it out makes it so hard for yourself. So it gives you enough discipline to save much more effectively.
Awesome. I think we had one more question before we leave then, eh? Yes. Let's take the last question.
Good day. Thank you very much. Icons of South Africa sitting up there. It's awesome to see you guys in this space. My question was about Bitcoin. Bitcoin being a political statement. I would love to see our political parties actually utilizing the political power that crypto has. And question is, how far have we gotten them and taken outreach to them that there is a certain system that probably voting system that I can call it a voting system that cryptocurrency provides, the crypto space provides. How far have we gone to get able to if ANC coming into this space and utilizing the power that the crypto space has for counting votes, things like that. Because there's a time when I was chilling with my friends and they were talking, no, the IEC is rigged, and I'm like, guys, no, it's not like that. There are ways that the crypto space can provide for people to understand that votes are not fiddled with and things like that. So how far have we taken steps to get political power into the crypto space? Thank you.
Here's the thing. I don't like to think, from a modular perspective, you could say, well, yeah, at some point governments have to be involved and use blockchain for votes and on and on. I really don't care about those things, to be honest. Because if governments really cared about a free and fair system, they could have developed these technologies themselves to begin with. But they just don't care. So why? I think crypto, from its development, was developed for independence, people to take their power back. So the moment we start thinking about it, but when is the government going to come in? It's like there is very little incentive for governments into this thing, right? It's a transparent system, which means that everything that's done can be seen by anyone. And apparently, unfortunately, politics doesn't work like that. It's based on secrets and deals behind the scenes that somebody does not know. And so that's why there's a lot of friction. Other countries ban it and they try to do this and that, but they can't stop it. It's like a virus. So I don't think we should be concerned about that. For the first time, we have seen a form of technology that is very empowering, just like the internet to us. I don't think it's the right question to say, but when will the government start legalizing the internet? Imagine if we had to wait for them, right? So, if they come, it's going to be incredible. It means they want a better future for all of us. But I don't think we should even be thinking about that at all. The technology is there. It's transparent. It's there for us to experiment and build and create wealth and better systems for ourselves. But we don't have to wait for someone else at the top to call the shots because they just don't want to.
I agree with that, man. Spuda, in closing, what do you want to say?
Closing is thank you once again, guys, for wanting to educate yourselves. Don't ever sleep on yourselves. You have to evolve with times. If you've got time, just spend that time to research on where you want to take your life. And whenever you can, just take your life seriously. Personal development, spend your time on things that better you, that make you better. That's how I got into the space as well. I just want to be better. I want to evolve with the world. I want to understand more about how money works. And I also want to be a part of the future, MacGyver. At some point when I was young, when I was a teenager, I remember they used to talk about the .com companies. We never knew that on the internet, the internet itself, there was going to be more amazing inventions that were going to be built on the internet that were going to make the world what it is now. What we're doing, we're all building podcasts on the internet, building businesses on the internet, all because some Silicon Valley young amazing people, not just from Silicon Valley, from all over the world, decided they'll create their future on the internet. So much so that the new generation, my daughter, thinks social media is the internet. My daughter does not know a time when there was the internet before social media was there. We didn't have the time to invest in Uber, to invest in Facebook, to invest in Instagram and WhatsApp and all these companies that are big today. But right now, if you give yourself enough time to learn and understand the space, you might just be at a time when Mark Zuckerberg were building Facebook at that time, right now, for the future things that other people are currently building. Because as somebody was even talking about the potential of future votes being done through the blockchain technology and a whole lot of other things that we never deemed possible will be possible in the future. Because right now, there's currently a whole lot of other people taking advantage of what's happening and they're playing along, educating themselves, and they're doing incredible things. All I'm saying is, let's do the same. Let's not only just look at the space as just a money space. Let's get ourselves in. Let's educate ourselves. It's okay. There'll be a lot of negativity, a lot of negative comments out there. There'll also be a lot of naysayers, rightfully so, right? But with time, other people will adopt it and they'll grow with the knowledge and they'll become better. I just want to continue encouraging knowledge. There was a time when I was going to schools, giving talks, which I still do, but encouraging education at that time. Right now, it's still the same thing. I'm encouraging education, but a different form of education, which is the future. And I'm currently seeing a lot of youngsters that are changing their lives, not only with crypto, but with a lot of things on the internet. We are actually the examples. We were kicked out of mainstream media. We were kicked out of the biggest platforms in the country But, we still have got an audience. We're building podcasts online. There's people who are becoming influencers through building a community on TikTok just out of making skits or jokes. I'm just saying, don't sit back and watch the entire world evolve and move on to the internet, come up with new ways of making money while you're just sitting back, just being a spectator who's always criticizing and only having opinions. Participate.
Love it. Love it. Phenduka?
Oh, it was amazing, man. I learned a lot. Yeah, that's it.
But I mean, the real question is why is Phenduka not converted yet? Like, what is your it? Like, oh no, this is not.
No, I'm still learning. Like Smooth said, if I'm gonna take my hard-earned money, I work very hard for it. I want to be very comfortable. I want to be very comfortable with the knowledge that I have. So I'm still at that phase where I'm taking up the knowledge, and then I'll buy Bitcoin, and also like going big. You know what I mean? So that's another thing as well. So if I'm gonna go in, I want to go in and go in big. And not too much, just hold though, right?
That's the best way, really. That's the best.
I've got the appetite to be there, buying this coin, selling it against that coin. I'm good, man.
And MacG, let me mention, thank you guys for coming to the Virtual Mkuko Hustlers Corner podcast.
Yes.
With just your visit, we got, just in a week, about 10,000 new subscribers. And for that, thank you, chillers. Thank you.
No, we got to work together, man. We got to work together. It's the only way.
When you guys came, you also made an example about Celeste, who came to your podcast and all of her tickets were sold out. Yeah. When that happened to us, I was like, oh, this is what they were talking about. And you've just recently had Penuel, who's also a co-host of mine on the podcast. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for the collaborations. Congratulations on your success. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Sol. And congratulations to my brother Gray, who's not selfish with the info, who's sharing the information. So collaboration, not competition.
100%. This has been an episode of Crypto and Chill. Thank you so much to Bybit. Thank you so much to you guys coming through. Really appreciate it. And for any information, we'll put the links in the description below for any links that you need for the university, the Bybit app, and all that stuff. But in closing, thank you guys so much. Round of applause to our guests, Gray, Sol Phenduka, and TJ Spoon. Keso.
Welcome to Black Excellence. Do not fear, for if you do, just sip on some grandeur. And if you still do, ask ourselves, what would Mapapunzi do? Parama chila, itlasha lefiki. Ungoyiki, even when they ask you, how sabi ini? Do not fear, for if you do, just say, Anistivi. This is the medicine of censorship. This is the pill. Which one is that one? Podcast and Chill.